Swastik, can you start us off by telling what your startup does, what it is, and the problem that you're solving?
Yeah, sure. So NeoMotion works in the field of products for the physically challenged people. The problem that we are solving are these. Every year, close to 3 lakh wheelchairs are sold in India. 95% will be of the concept of one size fits all. Imagine like all of us wear shoes, but what if all our shoes are of size 14 or size 15? Well, we are wearing shoes, but are they any useful? That's what one size fits all wheelchair really means. They damage the health, they restrict the mobility, and it severely lowers the self-confidence and self-esteem of the user. When it comes to outdoor mobility, we see products like modified tri-scooters. You would have seen on the road, there is a scooty with the two wheels on the sides, which people use. There are also these tricycles, which are powered by hand, people drive it. The number of people the number of wheelchair users who can independently transfer onto a modified scooty or to a tricycle is very minuscule. The numbers that we see on roads is a very small fraction, like as low as 2% of the overall population who actually needs to go out. So because of this, outdoor mobility is restricted. And that's the reason we don't see wheelchair users at an office, at a mall, at a theater. That's the challenge. So what we are addressing is this comprehensive problem of mobility, both indoors and outdoors. How can we make it seamless and great for wheelchair users? Now coming to the solution, how we are addressing this we have two products. The first one is called NeoFly. It's a customized wheelchair which enhances the health and the lifestyle of the wheelchair users. There are 18 customizations on it based on the measurement of the body measurement of the user, based on the health assessment of the user, and based on the kind of terrain and environment and lifestyle where they would be using. So we take these data and tune 18 settings on the wheelchair, which ensures that it perfectly fits the user. And as a consequence of these customizations that we do, first, the user has a great posture. Like the wheelchair user would be sitting on a wheelchair for maybe around 4 hours to somewhere around 12 to 13 hours in a day. And for this entire duration, they would be seated with a good posture. Second, it's very efficient to propel. We are propelling our wheelchair manually. So whenever we give a push, the energy goes into moving very smoothly and it is not wasted. Like our wheelchair, we cover 3 to 5 times more distance as compared to conventional wheelchairs. The third thing is our overall size is compact. It's 30% smaller, which basically means that without doing any change in the infrastructure, places become accessible. It's talking about narrow lifts, small bathrooms, narrow doors. All these places will become accessible because the wheelchair is smaller in size. And the fourth thing with all the customization is that because you're seated on it, it fits you well. You are more visible than the wheelchair. Like if someone looks you at the front, like the user is more visible than the wheelchair, and that boosts the confidence of the user. So that's our first product, NeoFly. The second product is called NeoBolt. It's an attachment unit that converts the wheelchair into a safe roadworthy vehicle. Just imagine it this way. I'm on the wheelchair. Whenever I want to go out, I just clip this thing in the front and it converts it to a bike. And then you can take it on roads. It's powered by battery, travel 25 kilometers for every charge, which primarily means you can visit all nearby places, your office, commute, all that thing can be taken care of. And it's safe to be used on Indian roads with all the potholes, speed breakers, different kinds of terrains. It will be able to go there smoothly. So the idea is to provide seamless mobility both indoors and outdoors. So yeah, that's what we are doing.
That seems like a great initiative to be more inclusive, at least to people who have not the same kind of abilities that we do. You pitched your story, and as you've been talking about it, how did you bring it to Tanseed, and what are your takeaways from that?
Yeah, so Tanseed has been a very nice initiative by the government of Tamil Nadu. Like having said and done, finally scale in the kind of space that it is in. The government sector brings in the kind of scale that is required for products like this. And it's very encouraging that Tamil Nadu government came up with this particular initiative and supported us with the recognition, with visibility, and with a grant award, which will help us in taking the product into the market in a nice way, having more demo units out there which people can try. And only when people try it and test drive it will people become aware of it, and more users will use the products.
You were just talking about like Tanseed and how they had helped you. How important do you think boot camps like these are for startups?
Yeah, again, extremely important. Again, in the initial stages, all sorts of support that is available helps it in some way or the other. So the boot camps, the training sessions of along different subjects have been extremely useful. And I think, I mean, an initiative like this is required. I think there's no other way or better way to put it. And in particular, an initiative by the government that brings in a lot of credibility, a lot of visibility, and when we're doing it together, I think that really makes a lot of difference.
Yes, Swastik, so you were talking about how it brings a lot of difference in your startup. So can you tell us how was the pitch different from before the boot camp to after the boot camp?
Yeah, I mean, so that way we have been part of. I mean, we are a 4-year. Our entire journey has been like close to 4.5 years, 5 years old. So that way we have attended multiple boot camps and sessions. So that way it was not like a very different experience. Like, as I said, the key difference was being the government being involved in the process. I would summarize it to that. And in fact, there were 2 programs back to back. One, the Tanseed program, and there was one more program where there will be a pilot order given by the government of Tamil Nadu for this. So when you always need a pilot, you always need a success story to demonstrate that this works. So what we had in Tanseed is like we got the grant, and we'll be able to use it to implement the project and showcase it. And that becomes an example for multiple larger organizations to take it from there, and that becomes a replicable model. So that would be our takeaway from that. That's the difference that I would say it does. I mean, we have been working with our primary customers, have been individual customers, individual buyers. But when it comes to an organizational buyer, a bulk buyer, this is one breakthrough that we have had.
Thank you, Swastik. So I have just one last question. Disability is generally like a very uncomfortable topic to breach and talk about. How did you pitch your model to your investors, especially talking about a concept like this?
Yeah, so our approach has been, we have been lucky to have been supported by multiple programs, multiple grants in the initial stages. I think the key is to be able to show traction and success. So whenever we have gone and presented our story anywhere, our work anywhere, it's always validated by not just something which lies ahead in the future, but based on some achievements which you have already done. For example, the products were developed after interacting with 200 wheelchair users. Now that substantiates the fact that what we are developing is not somewhere out of the blue, but there is substance behind it. In the next stage, we attempted a pilot sale, and we had 30 orders with us when we reached out for the next grant. So that showed. Again, at the next stage, we had sold 100 units. When we came to Tanseed, we had sold 250 units. So we set up our manufacturing facility. So I think at every stage, we have been able to take grants, have investments, and then take it to a stage where we have achieved results. And then when we go to the next stage with these achievements, it definitely helps. And we always have a plan. Yeah, going forward, this will be the sustainable revenue model. It's not that it will work purely as a social model, but it is a profitable business and which makes sense. That's the language that we have been, that's the approach that we have followed, and it has worked for us.
So I would like to end by saying, by asking you that if you could just give one advice to entrepreneurs who are starting off in the industry, what is that? What would you give them?
Yeah, probably two inputs I would share. That first thing is some persistence or / tenacity is required. We need to, certain things take time, specifically if you're working on very fundamental problems, it takes time. So it's better to have a timeline in our mind, like maybe, and it may vary, like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. We can decide, like maybe for the next 6 months or a year, I'm going to focus on this without asking or doubting the decision that we have taken to follow this path. Just sticking to that clears your mind, and it doesn't create unnecessary questions. I mean, this is what I'm following, and I'm going to give my complete heart and soul into it for the next 1 year and 2 years. And at the end of the period, I'll reevaluate it, that how it is going and whether any course corrections are required or what we have started, does it really make sense. That's first in terms of a personal motivation. The second thing, as we walk along the path of in the path of a startup at whichever stage, may it be product development, go to market, or scaling up, being open to the feedback of the customers or the right stakeholders and being able to course correct as and when needed is required, because at times we often get stuck on an idea which we had started, but it may not always make sense. So it's required to, and it may also result that all the work that we had done may need to go back, I mean, may need to be scrapped, or we may utilize only a portion of it, but it is all right, keeping in mind the long-term goal that we have. These will be the two inputs that I would like to share.
Thank you so much, Swastik, for joining us today. Everybody watching, please know that there will be more success stories like Swastik has brought to us from his home place. So thank you, and we'll see you later.
Thank you so much. Thank you.